I brought the cheapest rib in the UK and I'm about to rebuild it into my dream boat. But I think I made a big mistake. If I can't restore and fix my boat on my own, it's going to cost me a lot of money. Because if you didn't know, marine engineers are blue and expensive and I haven't got that sort of money. So, enough of me talking. Let me show you the cheapest rib in the UK. Through these doors here. Let me show you guys. Come through these doors here. And there she is. I've been waiting all my life to get a boat, and today is finally the day that I brought it. I brought this 2 days ago. It is a Humber 5-meter rib. Let me show you guys around. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice trailer on there. Coming through here, it's a bit of an ugly colour, but today we are restoring this rib. The details of this rib is 5 meters, Humber with a 75 Mercury engine on it. This is a 2-stroke engine and she drinks fuel. I was actually out on this boat yesterday just for a test run and she runs absolutely fine. I'll put a video of me driving it in now. Yeah, there's no problem with this boat at all. I brought this boat for £3,000. The guy had it listed up for 3,500. We got there, we had a deal. But I don't know a lot about it. The guy told me it used to be a scuba diving boat. As you can see through here, it's got the scuba diving racks. This is where they put the bottles. That's getting stripped out today. All of that ugly flooring is getting stripped out today. Here, we've got the steering. Let me just jump up onto the boat. Now, it is quite big. It's not massive. It's only got 1 seat on it at the moment. It's got steering through here. It's not power steering, but we're putting that on in this video as well. You can see it's got a bit of an ancient radio. This does work. See if I turn it on. As you can see, she turns on. Obviously, we've got the throttle through here. This here is a kill switch. You attach this to your life jacket, go out, because if you ain't got that on and you fall out the boat, that boat will just carry on going. So you definitely need that. Through the front of the boat, we've got an anchor. But this is what it looks like from inside. I'm so happy with this boat. As you can tell, it doesn't look the best at the moment, but by the end of this video, it's gonna be looking sick, mate. These tubes on the boat are actually original, which is really good. It's got a few repairs. I'll show you guys now. See them repairs through there. Like I was saying at the start of this video, this boat is having a full restoration. I'm gonna paint it. It's gonna have a new seat through the back, which I brought yesterday. Gonna have a new engine seat. It's gonna be painted all throughout. It's getting power steering on the boat, because it definitely needs that. It also needs a handle on here welded on, which my friend's gonna come around and do. I also brought a fish finder for it. Let me show you guys what I brought. As you can see here, I've got a brand new fish finder. I bought it for £70. Brand new, that is like 140, I believe. Through here is the seat that is going on the back of the boat. That's gonna get fitted in this video as well. Why am I changing the engine on the back eventually? Because this is a 2-stroke, and I was out yesterday for 4 hours, and I've done around £50 in petrol. And my friend has got a 4-stroke, and he only done about 10 to 15 pounds. So these 2-strokes do drink a lot. Boat does 35 knots, and like the average boat on the water, it can only do around 20. So it is pretty quick. And once this is all restored, this boat is going to be for fishing, spear fishing, and just going out for adventures. And I watch a guy in Australia called Brody, and he's inspired me to do this, because I've always loved fishing since I was a boy, but I can never afford a boat, and today is the day that I can afford one. If you want to follow my adventures and you want to follow me restoring this boat, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. I don't know what year this boat is. If anyone knows, then let me know in the comments, because I actually want to know what year it is. I reckon it's the early 2000s, that's what my mate said. But it's so hard to tell these. And then the first job is taking these racks off. Not on. The only trouble working on boats, all the nails are normally rusted, so they're really hard to get out. Got the old impact driver out to get these bolts out. It's a lot quicker than using a screwdriver. The old girl's all unscrewed, so that should just pull out. I might keep that, or I might chuck it for the old scrap metal. Well, could make that into something, but I might keep it for now. First one off. Now we've got to get that bar out, get that flooring up, and then on to the next job. Last bit out. Next job, let's get the flooring out. This flooring was held down by stainless screws and it was so ugly. I think this was just to protect the floor. Whoever put this flooring down did not do a good job because they actually screwed right through to the bottom of the boat and you could see to the other side. But I filled it. The ugly flooring's out. Time to take off these flare racks off the back of this boat. As you can see here, these flare racks are really bulky, so I'm about to grind them off now. There's two either side, as you can see. Let's get them off. I'm being very careful because I don't want to actually damage these bars because I want to keep them. What I'm going to do now is get this screwdriver, jam it in and try and ply this off. One off successfully. Time to get the other one off. A bit stubborn. What I'm going to do now is clean these edges up and she should be looking clean. Just grinded both of them flare holders off. That's what they look like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the seat in and position it to where I want it. Let me go and grab this seat and let's see what it looks like in the boat. That thing is heavy. That's what the seat is going to look like once it's in the boat. I reckon it could fit 1, 2, 3, about 3 extra people. So the only issue is this seat is a little bit lower than that one. So what I might have to do is raise this seat up. What do you guys think? Should I raise it up or should I leave it like that? Because what I could do is get a bigger seat so it's more of a cushion. That's what I might do. This seat needs redoing anyway. In this video, I'm going to put flooring through this boat. Another thing that needs doing on this boat is that lever through there. So I'm going to take this off now. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put a new cushion in this to raise up to that level. Right guys, now it's time to take this back pad off. It's only held in by 4 screws on the back. Time to restore this. Alright, the next job is strip these leather seats down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise them up to about this level here. So then on the boat, the front seat and this seat is level. As you can see, this is battered. This seat is actually bolted in from the bottom. But I think I'm gonna have to take that lever off to get access to it. Bolt, and it's probably got a nut on top. Got the Stanley blade out. I'm just gonna cut this lever out. I think I'm going to keep this one as is. But if I can't get the same leather to match, then that will have to come off. But that one is pretty, that's brand new. As you can see there, that is pretty new. As you can see, I've got this newish foam to pack this seat up. As you can see, I reckon I need to cut 2 out like that, and that should raise it up. And I'm not going to lie to you boys, that has worked out very, very well. What I might have to do now, once this seat's on, is raise this up so it's flush. Because it is a bit low, that seat now. But we'll see what it looks like on the boat. Right guys, the next job is fiberglassing this into the boat. But what I need to do is I need to cut it so it's level, because at the moment it's not level, to be honest with you. So I need to flip it round. And what we've decided to do is we're going to fiberglass it in from the inside, because on the other side of here is a gap where you can get in and fiberglass it. We was going to do it on the outside, but it would look a lot better if you fiberglass it in the inside. What I'm doing here is I'm going to measure down from the top of this seat to a measurement around here. I don't want to take too much because it's going to shorten this seat. So I need to take it probably around here, all along, so it's nice and square. Whoa. Look at that, boys. This thing weighs a ton. Now it looks a bit weird, but once that foam's packed up, it's going to be the same level as that seat. Right, I've marked this seat out with a pencil. I'm going to take it out. So you guys can see, this is the inside line. My friend Marley has come down today to help me fiberglass the back seat into the boat. As you can see, he's using a grinder with a flappy disc to rough up the edges for the fiberglass. And as you can see here, we're taking the old steering out because it's actually getting hydraulic steering in the boat. He's out. Straight on YouTube, that is. I think I paid around £240 for this power steering. And this is rated to a 90 horsepower, which that's the same as my boat. So, right, we're putting the power steering in the boat now. This power steering is easy enough to fit yourself. So if you know a little bit about boats or mechanics, you should actually be able to do this yourself. But my friend Marley's done it before, and he done it in literally about half an hour. So he was taking the steering wheel off the boat, and it was time to put the new steering column inside the boat. This is actually the hydraulic bit, but it didn't fit in straight away. So we had to grind a little bit out with the multi-tool. This is us putting the lines in the boat. You have to cut either side depending how big your boat is. Right, the two hoses are connected through the steering. We fed it through that seat. Now we're going to put some power steering for cars, but it will do the job. That's what it looks like. We did have to cut a little bit of that out to get it in. All the power steering is bolted in. Now it's time to put the fluid in. So this screws on the top here, just like that. And where's that power steer? And then all we're going to do now is pour power steering fluid through that. And on the end of there, it's got like these little air releasers. Right, time to put power steering fluid in it. As you can see there, it's flowing nicely. You have to turn the steering wheel left to right to get the fluid moving through them pipes. Right guys, today is a big day on the boat restoration. I am sanding it down, ready to paint. So what I need to do is clean the boat out, get all the dirt out. As you can see through here, it's all dirty through there. So I'm going to hoover all of that out, clean it, ready to start sanding. I brought 2 tins of this marine paint. It is a multi-coat, which means you haven't got to put primer. And it cost me, got the receipt here, cost me £51 for 2 tins, and this is like a silicone around the seat that I've just put in. Another thing that I've ordered and it arrived today is the front seat. Let me show you guys. I've ordered up the back seat, so that should come in the next couple days. This is the new seat on the boat. It's all blacked out, as you can see. It's brand new. This cost me £20. A local guy from my area, he actually makes these on Facebook, so I had to take this off to paint the boat, otherwise it'd be yellow behind there. Right, the boat is all sanded down. Now I'm gonna mask it up, ready for paint. Right guys, the boat is all taped up, ready to paint. First I need to run a bead of this along this seat here. So let's get to it. It's time for the paint, so I'm gonna bang. Actually, I'm gonna shake this paint up first, give it a good mix. Right, the first job is cutting in around where I have masked up, and then I'm gonna get the roller out and roller the big surface areas. Right guys, the first bit of paint is going onto the boat. I'm actually so excited. Oh, she looks a million times better already. This is gonna look so good. Right guys, I've done half of the boat. It's taken me about an hour and a half. As you can see, it's looking good already. Just need to paint all the back of here, and I've done up to about here. So that's the first coat, but I'm putting another coat on it as well. I'm so excited to see what this is gonna look like. It's looking very, very good already. Right guys, I'm putting the final coat on. I've done all the deck here, all through there. Now I've just got to put this final coat on here. Let's get to it. Right, we're just putting a new fuel line through this rib. Just fed it through there. That's the new one. That's the old one there. Right, it's going in to the engine now. The old fuel line had cracks in it, so we had to replace it. It was a bit of a nightmare to get in to there because it's very tight, but we got it done. This is when I find out I bought the wrong one. Come on, Marley. Ran out of storage, mate. And she's it. As I was working on this rib, it had a slow puncture, but I didn't realise, so I'm gonna change the wheel now. As you can see, she is flat as a pancake. So that wheel should just slide out like that. It's time to bang a new tyre on it. I've just picked up a brand new tyre. Time to fit her on. Today I am engine swapping my engine to a 70 Yamaha 4-stroke. This is actually a 2014 outboard. So let me go show you guys. Just in the boat club now. There's the rib. And here's the old engine. This is a 2-stroke. And there is the new engine. It's coming off my mate's boat there. That old girl is going onto there. So Marley's just unbolting these bolts through here. We should be able to get it out. Marley reckons you can do it in an hour and 30. Didn't you?
I'm on the time of it now.
Everything is disconnected off the engine. As you can see, all the wires have come out. He's got one little bolt to get off, but he's having trouble.
Because he's got a fucking lock and Louis ain't got the key.
Marley wasn't defeated with that bolt. She come out. Took him about half hour though. All the bolts are out except for that one. Time to get the engine off. Right, the engine is going on to the rib.
Ready?
You're on camera now, Terry.
You ready? The old boy's ready.
Come out towards you and down.
Yeah, hold it here, look.
Right.
There. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Get it on. I've got it.
I'm over in it.
Terry, you've gone bright red. Right, and that is the engine on the rib. It's just bolted in with 2 bolts. But Marley's going to connect it all up with all the power steering. But that looks a million times better on that boat. Right, Marley's just connecting the new engine up. He's putting the fuel line, the battery cable. But it's one of the battery's actually still live, so he has got to be careful.
Batteries all connected.
Lovely. All the fuel line is in the engine, it's all connected up. Got the power steering in there. Marley's just putting the throttle on it now. The throttle is only held in by 2 screws, so it's very simple to put on. Previously in the video, I said that a handle needs to get welded onto the winch. My friend Trevor's come down to the boat club today to do it for me. And as you can see, he's done a good job, mate. New engine is currently on the boat. I can't wait to show you guys. It looks absolutely mint on there. It looks a lot better than the other one. It's a lot smaller and it's just a newer engine, so it looks a million times better. That is what she looks like. I've still got to tidy up all these wires, but I need to put my new fish finder on that tomorrow. So once I put the new fish finder in it, I'm going to put them wires all wrapped together and make it look nice. But check that new engine out, it looks so good on there. That's the boat with a new engine on it, boys. It is looking so good now. Price breakdown with this, what I paid for this engine is I gave my friend my old one, which was a Mercury 2-stroke 75, and I give him on top 1,500. So basically I paid 3 grand for that engine, which is what they go for. They go for about 3.5 upwards at the market at the moment, which ain't bad, and it's going to save me a lot of money on fuel. The other day it started raining when I was painting, so I've got my boat back in the garage and I'm going to finish it off. I'm under the boat, about to start painting the hull. Here we go. Skip to me when I've done half of this boat, because as you can see it's very tight in my garage. Right guys, I'm back at the garage and I've got my new engine here, but as you can see it's got a bit of damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this head off and I'm going to put some filler and I'm going to respray and repair the bits that need respraying. So first job, let's take this off. Pull that clip down and it should just release that head through there. And that should just come off. As you can see, it's got a few dents in there, a bit worn on the top and through here. So the first job is using this 80 grit just to get the worst of it out. Then we use this car body filler to fill it. Probably not the specific thing to use, but it will still do the job. And I've got it in my house, so let's get it on there. Using about that much on there. Gonna grab the activator. This is what the engine looks like before. As you can see, it's got a big dent in there. Round the front is the same through there, so that needs filling. Right, the engine is all filled, ready to sand down. I just need to wait for it to dry. My filler work, she don't look pretty, but once she's sanded down, she will do. Now I'm using this 320 sandpaper. I'm going to sand it down so it's all nice and flat, and then we're going to get the first coat of spray paint on. So yeah. Right, now it's time to mask this engine up. I'm using this frog tape. Always buy the more expensive tape because the cheap stuff is no good. The engine is all taped up, ready to... I've taped all the stickers up. Took me about 30 minutes to stick all of this up. Right, I've got my paint match here. Let's put it on. Fingers crossed it's the same colour. I'm going to give it a light first coat, let it dry, and then give it another coat. I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to get the final coat on. The paint's nice and dry, time for its second coat. Second coat is on the engine cover. Have a look how much better that looks already. Time to spray the rest of the engine. I've done the top half. As you can see, it's all worn out here, so I've masked up where it needs repairing. I'm not going to do the full engine because most of the paintwork is actually alright, but it's just the worn bits I'm doing. So yeah, this is what it looks like before. As you can see, it's all worn down. That's a plastic cover there, and then that's metal. So let's get to painting. Right now I'm using this 2K lacquer to put on the top to seal it, and this is going to make it a lot more shinier and really bring that paint out. That's the final protection coat of that 2K lacquer. Let's see how it dries, and I'm going to put a coat on that to protect that as well. Right, the second coat is going on the final bit of the engine. I'm waiting for that coat to dry. I'm going to start prepping the propeller. She needs a paint job. So let's get sanding it down and let's get painting it white. I know it is a bit of a mess in my garage, but I can't do anything about it. Probably should give it a bit of clean up, but I'm using this 120 grip. Time to paint the propeller. I'm just using this old paint. I don't know if it's actually designed for it, but fingers crossed, it is. To give the paint a stir with my paint stirrer. Right guys, that is the second coat on the propeller. Right guys, I'll put the final coat on this part and this part. I'm going to put some 2K lacquer on it, and the job's a good one. Right, today's job on the boat is to put the new fish finder on the boat. I want to put all the seats through. I want to put the new radio, well not the new radio, I want to put the radio inside the actual console so it's nice and hidden. So first job, I'm going to pull the boat out and let's get it done. And I'm also going to put the new flooring down that I ordered online. I've just rolled the boat out of the garage and it's time to take the stickers off the engine. Have a look at the difference on that engine. It looks brand new now. This is held in by 4 screws, 4 flatheads, so I'm just going to unscrew all of these. All 4 screws are out. That should just lift off. Now it's time to disconnect the wires. This one here just screws off. Right guys, I disconnected these two wires here. They was both connected to the board down there, so I just took them out. Now, what I need to do is fit this into there. Hopefully it fits. Time to make this hole bigger. So what I'm gonna do is gonna cut through there and through there to get that in, and then I'm gonna pop it through there. But first of all, I need to take this steering wheel off because it's right in the way. Is get the 24mm socket. Bolt should just come out. Give it a few knocks with a hammer and that should just come off. I'm gonna put that down there because a new steering wheel is going on that later on. I'm gonna use the grinder to make that hole bigger. I've cut the hole bigger. Now it's time to put the radio casing in. To get this in, I drilled 4 holes through there, and I'm going to bolt them with these bolts here to hold that in. Right, I've bolted the casing in. Time to put the actual radio in. Go around. The radio is in. All I've got to do now is wire it up, and jobs are good. It's all wired in. Let's see if it turns on. And she works fine. What I need to do now is feed these wires through, give this a clean up. I'm gonna push these wires through here. That looks a million times better already. Looks very, very clean. Time to put the filler and fill these holes up here. Get it. Time to run the fish finder wires in, because I'm gonna feed them through that hole and then it's gonna plug into there. Right guys, I've finally got the fish finder clamped in. As you can see here, I put 2 bits of timber to bring it up, and I put the actual support clamp there. I don't think that's called that, and all I've got to do now is just slot that in. I still need to wire it up. I just need to plug that into there now. Just wired both the wires into these connectors through there. Let's see if the fish finder turns on. Fingers crossed. First time. Oh ho ho, and it's on already. And the fish finder is all connected up. As you can see, I just put 2 screws through there. All I've got to do now is tidy all of this wiring up, because guys, the filler is all dry on here, so time to sand it down. I'm using this 80 grit sandpaper to sand it down flat. Bit there is all sanded down nice and flat. What I'm going to do is, for this fish finder, it needs to fit in there, but as you can see, there's a gap at the bottom, and there was a gap at the top, but I've put some filler all the way through there, and I'm going to do the same on the bottom. I've filled and I've painted the console so everything fits in lovely. All I've got to do now is put everything back, and all of that console is pretty much there. I've painted that. You can't even see that there was holes in there. I've filled all around here, so there's time to put this fish finder in. That can go in there. Pull this tape off. And as you can see guys, that looks so much better. Have a look how uniform that looks. Right guys, the flooring has arrived for the boat, so let's unbox it and let's fill it onto my rib. Brought this from eBay. I'm there for now. This is what the flooring looks like. It's like a grey and black, and as you can see there, it sticks down. So what I need to do is measure up, cut it all in, get it on the boat. I'm going to start from the back and work my way forward. As you can see, I've cut out for that bit. All I've got to do, push it down and stick it in, and then I'm going to do another bit that obviously goes along there. So some peel out and stick it down. first bit of flooring is put in. As you can see, it looks so good on that. I'm debating whether to go up there as well, but I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments what I should do. But next bit is through there. Time to put the next strip in. Right guys, we're halfway there. I've got this strip in. I've got all of that side through. Now I need to finish it off through there, and I'm thinking about putting it through there as well. Guys, I'm halfway through the flooring. Flooring's all through here, all up there. I've decided I'm going to do it all the way up because it's going to look so much better. It looks good as it is with like this, with the white through there, but I think it'll look better when you can't see no floor. So I've done all the way through there as well. Cutting round there, I'm going to cut them straight, put it all through there. Yeah, what a difference the flooring makes. I am so happy with it already. So let's finish the rest of the boat. Right guys, I've finished the flooring. I've just pulled the boat out to work on it for the rest of the day. This is the final day of the boat. I've been working on this boat for about 3 weeks now. It's taken me quite a long time because I do work as well as make these videos. As you can see, let me get inside. Have a look how much better the boat looks. I've cut it in all around there. As you can see, I've cut it in all around the front of the boat onto the back. It looks a million times better. Alright guys, today's job is we're going to fit all the seats because the flooring is all down. It's looking very good. So I'm going to put these seats in. This was actually made for this boat. That one's easy to fit in. Going onto the boat. That's the first seat on. Now for the back seat. To fix these in, I'm going to screw through the actual console at the bottom and it should just hold it. And there's the second seat made. Both seats are now on the boat. Time to put the back rests on. They're through here. There's one and there's the other. This one here is actually a curved one, so let's fit it on the boat. I'm using these stainless screws to screw through the back. Time to put the final seat on the back. Right, guys, it's time to pump the tubes up so I can clean it down. And all I've got left to do is put the steering wheel on, put this guard on, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put the guard on yet because it does look good without it, but I'm going to see what it looks like on and then make my mind up from there. All the seats are on the rib now. It's time to do the finishing touches. As you can see, both seats are on. I'm going to paint that black. And I'm also going to paint these Humber H's white so it matches the rib. So let's get to it. I've actually brought some Hyperlong paint. These are actually Hyperlong tubes. So you need special paint for the tubes, so let's get painting them. I've decided to put this, I don't even know what it's called, windshield back on the boat. So let's get the screws out and bolt it through. It's just held on by 3 bolts, one there, one there, one there. Let's get it on. Is to take this tape off, and as you can see, that looks a lot better than it did. The next job is to put the rod holders on the back of the boat. I've got 2 brand new rod holders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fit them to the back of the boat here. Here is the new steering wheel, guys. I can't wait to put this on. It's going to look so good on the boat. Steering wheels are very easy to fit on boats. Time to put the finishing piece on the boat. Have a look how good that looks. After 1.5 months of hard work on this boat, I am very proud to say that it's fully restored. So let me show you my adventure rib. I am so happy with how this rib's come out. I'm going to do a price breakdown. So all in, I've got about £5,000 into this rib. I'll put all the price breakdown on the screen here. The last thing I've got to do is start the engine up and listen to this boat roar. Time to start the old girl up. Make sure it's in neutral. Listen to her roar, boy. Give it a little rev. Time to turn that off. And what a difference this transformation has made on this boat. It doesn't look anything like I picked it up. Let me know in the comments what you think, and should I do another boat restoration. But the plan is to get out on this and go do some adventures. Fishing, survival stuff. But if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.